This one I need to know as well. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so glad to have you back this week for another video. I'm really excited for this week's video because I get to ask Micah questions that girls are too afraid to ask.
Been anxious all morning because I haven't seen any of the questions and I don't know what they're going to be like.
And so I asked my Instagram to ask me questions that they're too afraid to ask guys, and so I get to see from a guy perspective. And so we're just excited for this video and we're just gonna jump right into it. You ready?
Full disclaimer before we jump into these questions. I am speaking on behalf of myself and how I would answer these questions. Not on behalf of all guys, but I'll give my best attempt on answering for all the guys.
Okay, so the first thing someone said, which is kind of just like a funny one, but it says, why is he liking all of my posts randomly after church?
Here's what I think. So y'all were just at church, he saw you and you saw him, so obviously you're freshly on his mind. He's freshly on your mind. I think he's trying to get your attention. And show that he shows interest by going through your Instagram and liking all your pictures.
Okay. How do you go about a friendship with a guy who you really like, but you don't want to destroy the friendship?
How do you go about that? I would say, obviously don't be weird about it, because that would be the worst thing. Because then if you make it weird, he won't want to talk to you if he's not feeling the same way. Just try to spend more time with him, I guess. Like throw out little hints, kind of like she did whenever we were first talking, like throwing out little hints on wanting to FaceTime and stuff.
Okay, so pause. So let's just say theoretically there was another question that said, should girls make the first move? What would you say?
Yes and no, because guys can't read your mind. Say me and her, for instance, we were at the same church, had a crush on her, but every time I tried to talk to her, she blew me off, but she had a crush on me, and I had no idea. And I'm not gonna keep trying to pursue you if you're not showing any interest back. So yes, you do, because you need to show interest that you do like him, but then no, because he needs to engage the pursuit. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of.
What I'm saying is, like, if in the yes, he needs to know that you're interested in him. So do whatever you gotta do to make him know that you're interested.
She is, she's his friend.
Also, we live in a time where friend zoning is a huge thing. Don't be weird about it, like I said, don't be corny about it. And don't like go up to him and be like, hey, I like you, do you like me back?
Do boys like being the little spoon?
I get asked this a lot.
In marriage relationships?
Marriage relationships, yes.
Only.
Not all the time, but sometimes, yes.
What are some qualities in women that are the most unattractive? Physical features and then like personality trait. Let's break it up.
Oh, physically, hygiene. Physically, hygiene is a big red flag. If you got bad breath, brush your teeth, floss, wear deodorant, perfume. Personality, I mean, there's all sorts, but to me, just trying to act better than everybody, I guess, being on your high horse all the time.
Do you actually listen when your spouse is talking, even if they are just ranting?
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes, even the woman does it too. Don't let them try to act like they listen better, because she's even said it, I'm a very good listener. I listen to everything she's talking about. Sometimes my mind, like I'll be driving, she gets mad because like I'll be driving and she'll be talking and I'll be like, oh, look at that. And she'll be like, are you even listening? And I'm hearing everything she's saying.
Okay, but you're proving that you're more paying attention to whatever's happening.
Okay, a car almost ran into
us
us and she's like, oh my gosh, she's even listening.
Girls, listen to me. You know where I'm coming from. How are you really in tune with what I'm saying to you and talking about what's happening on the side?
Because I'm having to drive us safely from point A to point B, focusing on what you're saying and focusing on keeping us alive. Next question.
This I need to know as well. I'm very intrigued.
I'm scared.
Why do all guys act homosexual with his closest friends? I'll never understand. Literally me neither. It's actually one of my biggest pet peeves because Lord knows if girls were to act like that with other girls, it would be a whole thing. But guys can act gay to each other all the time and it just be because they're best friends. I'll never understand. So let
Honestly,
me hear your perspective, please. I would love.
I don't do that.
Micah, you do that. And he doesn't even have to be close to the guy to do it. I'm like, you don't even know this person and you're acting like this.
I don't know, honestly. It's just a guy thing, I think.
You're supposed to let us in on your brain because this is...
Well, I'm trying.
This is a big one where we're literally
It's almost like you obviously don't do it if it's just y'all two. Like, let's know,
in
like,
front
we're
of everyone
cool.
else, it's like, okay.
Not really everyone else. We don't do it in front
Okay,
of,
so
like,
you're
big
saying
crew.
you do it for attention. Because you would only do it if other people are watching you.
I guess.
When they're like, oh my god, you look so hot to another guy. I'm like, that is so not good.
Because if we say, wow, you're so handsome, that really seems like sus. But if we're like in front of like other people, or like if we're just hanging out and I was like, oh wow, you look cute, like joking around.
I hate it.
Then they'd be like,
it makes my bones
then it's a funny
cringe.
joke. Then it's a funny joke.
I wanted to go on about that one because when I saw that question, I was like, thank you, because I thought I was the only one wondering.
Because I'm not gonna be like, hey, handsome. That's really
But that's
weird.
basically what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's a funnier way. And we're gonna make it funny.
Funnier way,
guys
same
have to make
concept.
things funny. So
I'll never understand either. And
honestly,
obviously he doesn't know
me
either,
either.
but obviously it's just a social norm that's okay, and I don't know why we've accepted it. I feel like more people need to talk about it. Anyway, can girls and guys just be friends, or do guys immediately think that girls like them when they are just friends? Like if I just want to be friendly with someone and I genuinely don't like them, are they going to get the wrong idea and tell all of their friends, bro, I think she likes me?
You need to set the boundaries up front, like, and let them know that you're friends. Same thing, like if it's a friend and you want him to know that you like him, you would show that you have interest, you know, by saying like little things like that you have interest in him. Same thing, you'd be like, you're such a good friend. Like if I said that to her, she would think the same thing.
Like I get that, but at the same time, I feel like that makes it even more awkward. Like why can't we just be friends without the guy assuming that I want something more? Like why does it have to be a matter of, does she like me, does she like me not? Why can't we just be friends?
I don't know, it goes both ways.
I know what you're saying, because I've been in that situation where, and
Same.
I didn't have many guy friends like at all. But I've been in situations where I'm genuinely just being a nice person and then they take it the wrong way and tell everybody that I like them, and then I'm like, actually would never even think about liking you, but whatever, like I'll drop it. I've been in that situation. And I think, because this question says, can girls and guys just be friends? I think they can, but not without them immediately thinking that they like.
Yeah, honestly, just get it either or.
I think
whether you're the
has
guy
to
or the
happen
girl.
Supernaturally, like super, like just like it just has to happen. Like if you go out of your way to try to make something happen, then he's gonna think, oh, she's trying to be more than friends. But if it just happens naturally, then you have a better chance of it being like, oh, maybe she's like, we just are gonna be friends. Do guys talk about girls in the locker room or at sleepovers like girls talk about guys?
Kinda.
Like to what extent?
Just like you said, like how a guy would be like, hey, I think she likes me. Or they'll be like, dude, I really like this. Like, it's more of like an advice thing. Like, what should I do next? And then all the guys kind of pitch in their ideas. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I was hanging out with my friends and we had just started talking, I'm like, hey, I think this girl really likes me. I'm really trying to date her. What should I do next? And then, you know, see if they can help. If they say stupid stuff, then I'll figure it out on my own.
This kind of goes hand in hand with the last question. It just says, do guys talk about girls that they like?
Yes.
Okay. How do guys show girls that they like them?
By going out of their way for them.
Okay, what would be an example? Because some girls might think he's going out of their way for them, but he's really just trying to be nice. So what's an example of a guy actually going out of their way because he likes them?
When me and her started talking, I sent her a letter. Wrote a handwritten letter, went all the way to the post office, got a stamp, mailed it, and that showed that I wasn't just trying to be friends over Instagram and text message.
So anything that's like he's not doing for other girls what he's doing for you, that's probably a clear indication that you are more special than other girls. I asked my husband to come home on Friday nights and be awake so we can watch a movie together. This never happens and I feel like he doesn't care and it isn't a priority. It hurts my feelings and it takes away from romantic time.
You need to vocalize it. He can't read your mind, one, and so he needs to know that it hurts your feelings. Just the other day, there's something I do that's a very bad habit. Like, it's just part of like my personality. I always say, oh, it'll be okay. Oh, it's okay. And I'm having to learn how to stop saying that out loud and keeping it in here because she doesn't like it. So, and she vocalized it, so I know that she doesn't like it, so now I can work on it. Yeah, vocalize it, tell him, and if he doesn't, then that's between y'all. But he could be very tired. I don't know what kind of job he has, but
I would just say have a conversation about him being tired and really just talk to him like, I understand that you're tired, I understand that you've worked all week, but if this relationship is priority to you, then you need to prioritize it and have an honest conversation like, going further, we need to prioritize us first.
Yeah.
Period. And if that is the way that it's your heart desire to just sit down and watch a movie, that shouldn't feel burdensome to him, and so he should want to do that with you because you're his wife.
For sure.
I like this question.
Me too.
It says, how often do guys really think about sex?
How often? I mean, at least every day.
Married men, please, only. If you're not married, you do not need to be having this on your mind.
Cover your ears. I mean,
like
probably
honestly.
at least every day.
Obviously, it's every day. I think they mean how many times a day or how often throughout the day is it on your mind?
Normally, probably once or twice. I'm not like at work like, oh my gosh, sex. But I mean, it does pop in your mind every now and then.
How do boys feel about girls having a guy best friend?
Not acceptable at all.
I feel
if you're getting serious with a guy,
yeah, I was gonna say I feel
you
like
need
the
to tell that
stage of
friend-
the relationship matters.
you need to tell that friend that you need to back off. We can't hang out quite as much. Like, we can still be friends, but we're not gonna hang out alone or stuff like that.
Here's what I will say. I always tell girls, like, do yourself a favor now before you meet your husband and just don't have close guy friends, because you're avoiding so much trouble up front. Then, like, if I were when I met Micah, if I had like a guy best friend that was my absolute best friend, what would I have done in that situation? Because somebody would end up getting hurt, either the best friend or Micah. And so for me, I'm like, just up front in the beginning, create boundaries over your friendships to where you're not crossing those emotional boundaries with another guy that's not your husband, because we're not supposed to cross those emotional boundaries anyway with anyone except for our husband. And so it's okay to be friends with guys, don't get me wrong, don't twist my words. But what I am saying is, if I were to start my relationship with Micah and then drag in 15 other people that I have emotional ties with, then it would have damaged our relationship, because there are things that are supposed to only be meant for Micah and I that nobody else gets access to.
Because your boyfriend or fiance or husband is supposed to be your safe place. Like, if she had a guy best friend and me and her got in an argument and she went to him and started saying everything I did wrong, what do you think he's gonna say? He's gonna say, oh my gosh, wow, I can't believe he did that. And then he's gonna be on her side and
you just basically
comfort her.
shouldn't be finding emotional security in anyone.
Exactly.
Until I wasn't even supposed to find emotional security in him until we were married, because there's lines that you're not supposed to cross until the covenant, you're blessed in the covenant. Anyway, back a little bit. It's okay to have those friends, and it's okay to have girlfriends that you obviously talk, like, there's gonna be things that I joke about with girlfriends that I'm not gonna joke about with Micah and talk about with them. But like, as far as like the emotional connection and the emotional intimacy, that's only meant to be between you and your husband. And so it's not saying cut everybody off. Like, you're supposed to have your own people outside of your, like, your marriage. That's absolutely, you're supposed to have that, and you're supposed to have community and all of that. So it's not cutting out everybody except for your husband, but it is creating boundaries and living with boundaries.
I thought you were asking me the question.
No, I'm allowed to pop off. What makes a guy cheat?
Oh, no. I don't know if I can answer that one
You know as well as we know.
because it's
Guys who cheat are not good.
a big red flag.
Massive red flag, get out of that situation. We just don't know how you would ever cheat. It's
Yeah.
just, it's beyond me. So I don't know. What is your biggest turnoff?
Probably just not giving the same, like, I don't want to say energy and sound like that person, but like the same energy back. Yeah, like if I'm showing like I am for pursuing you, I'm gonna try with everything in my might to be with you, and you're not giving me anything back, kick rocks.
That
Next
was
question.
a bit harsh.
You know what I mean. Obviously you're gonna get like 1 or 2 chances, but
Okay, what do you notice first about a girl? Physical. Because you're gonna notice physical traits first because it's what you see.
your eyes.
Not necessarily me, but like if you were like if a girl would have walked up to you, what do you notice first? Their eyes.
Teeth, eyes, face.
I was always
Honestly.
a big teeth person.
Same.
Okay. Do you like girls wearing makeup or no makeup?
Whatever makes them feel the best and the most confident.
Obviously, we're gonna feel more confident with makeup on, but it's good to have a guy who appreciates when I don't feel like putting it on. Do periods gross you out?
Not really. I grew up with 3 sisters, so no. Maybe some guys, but if it does gross them out, then they need to mature a little bit because, I mean, it's a literal natural part of biology. So, and the human body, so, I mean, there's nothing we can do about
It's
it.
how they're gonna give you babies one day.
Yeah, sure.
If you don't get your period, you can't get pregnant.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
That's why when girls aren't getting their period for a long time, people start getting worried. Like if you're 17 and you don't have your period, like you'll never be able to have a baby. It's a good thing. It's natural.
Yes, it's good, it's natural. Doesn't gross you out.
Do guys get jealous?
I
What
mean,
do you
everybody
think?
gets jealous, I think.
Do guys get jealous if their girl is talking to another guy or giving another guy attention?
Oh, absolutely. Because like if we came home and all you could talk about was something this other guy did for you or everything that he did and you're like almost like obsessing over it, I'm gonna get like a little bit jealous and be like, what is going on? Because it's just weird.
How do you feel about the girl making the first move? / do you want the girl to make the first move?
Or I would say no. The guy definitely needs to be the pursuer. It's not the girl's job. Next
Trying so
question.
hard to be
Next
right.
question.
Girls,
Know
I'm
your
not,
worth.
I'm not gonna go deep into this, but I will say, because I know it's so controversial because the girl thinks that they don't need a man and the girl doesn't need anybody to pursue her, and we live in a very feminist driven world and society, and I understand all of that because I am very independent. I'm a whole person without Micah, but it is biblical to come alongside your husband and let him lead you. But what I will say is that you are worth the chase, and for a guy to see you and value for that and then pursue you is an honor, and it's a gift, and it's not something to be looked at like, oh my goodness, like, does he really think I need him? Because that's not his motive in pursuing you. His motive in pursuing you is showing you that you're worthy of that, and to me, like, you should take pride in that. And I'm like passionate about that because I literally just heard a story the other day, like, where this girl went on a first date and her date went to go open the door for her, and she was like, do you really think I need you to open the door for me? Like, I'm very capable. And like, obviously you are capable of that, and you are an independent woman and you can handle yourself, which is probably why he wanted to pursue you, because he sees that you are confident in who you are, and he sees that you can hold yourself, like the way you carry yourself. He sees that you're responsible. He sees all of those things, and that's why he's pursuing you. And so I would say to you, like, just yield to that and let him be the man that he wants to be to you.
Yes, you just said something that like like how you said, it's biblical that you come alongside your husband and let him lead you. What kind of a leader would it look like if the leader just sat back and let somebody else come and make the decisions and ask him without him making any moves? You know what I mean? The true leader would come to you and take you and lead you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
So how would
is,
he lead your household if he's the one just sitting back?
Yeah, but what
waiting?
I'm saying is a lot of girls don't believe that the man has to be the one to lead the household. The man has to be the one to do that. They believe that. They just don't believe in that at all. So what I'm saying is treat it as an honor and a privilege for someone to want to chase you that way and kind of like change the narrative in your mind that, no, I'm worthy of this. Like, and you need to know your identity so much that you're not afraid to turn someone down because they aren't giving you what you deserve. And so often girls are with people that don't treat them right, they devalue them, they don't treat them like the woman that they are because you don't know who you are enough to know what you're worthy for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just think it was a little beyond the question.
I don't care, I need it to
No,
go
I'm
there.
just saying.
Thoughts on stretch marks?
Tiger stripes. Don't be ashamed of them. I mean, if your guy is too immature to look past that, then that's on him.
What's something that you wish more women understood about men?
That we can't read your mind. Communicate. Speak. Now, and I'm not saying speak your mind on every little thing that he does that you don't like, because there are things that you need to compromise, like, I wouldn't say compromise, but like pick your battles, obviously, but don't be like, oh, I'm a woman, I can do whatever I want, and just tell him what to do all the time. But definitely communicate what really hurts your feelings. Like we kind of went over this, like how she communicates what she doesn't like, and I'm like, okay, I could try to fix this, or I'll say what I don't like. Same thing. Every relationship needs communication.
Y'all did a great job because a lot of those, I was like trying to think, what would I ask? And y'all would send in questions and I'd be like, that is something that I would ask.
Yes.
Like, you ever wish you could just be inside of the male brain and just see what they see for like a day?
Be the big spoon sometimes. Sheesh, would it kill you? Scratch our backs a little bit. Feels good.
I like being the little spoon.
I like being the big spoon, but sometimes I want to be the little spoon.
Does it make you feel safe?
So safe.
But I want to be the little one.
Yeah, and I'll be the big one. Okay, that's it.
Let us know if you would like us to do this, like vice versa, where the guy asks the girl questions that guys are too afraid to ask girls. So let us know in the comments if you'd like us to do that. I feel like that would be fun. You can get inside of the woman brain a little bit.
That would be fun.
But yes, just go ahead and give this video a like and then subscribe to our channel. You can even turn on the post notifications if you're feeling a little risky. You can go ahead and follow us on Instagram for more insight to just our day-to-day life. That's also where we ask you all of these questions.
So yeah, we can't wait to see you guys in the next video.
And yes, just go ahead and comment down below any other video ideas that you guys would like to see. We love hearing from y'all, and we love you very much.
See ya.
Wait, what did I say in the video? Compel somebody. That seemed a bit intense.
The audacity.
What's something? Something.
So yeah, we can't wait. Ready?